Hi, thank you for joining us.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to the My Favorite Club session of our virtual open house. We're gonna go ahead and get started just for the sake of time. And we'll start with a very quick introduction. I'm Dr. Califano. I'm the Dean of Students for the upper school as well as the athletic trainer at Marymount.
Hi, I'm Brianna. I'm a senior. I've been at Marymount since 9th grade.
Hi, I'm Kalina. I'm a junior and I've been at Marymount since 7th grade.
We also have one other student that will likely be joining, but is also kind of toggling back and forth in this virtual event. So just to give you some very general info, and we welcome you to mute your microphones right now, but also share your video if you're comfortable doing that so we can see your faces. But just to give you some very general info on our extracurriculars, we have quite a lot that we offer here at Marymount. About 50 extracurricular activities just in the upper school alone, and those are divided into different categories. So we have general category of like lunch clubs, we have student leadership roles, publications, culture clubs, and affinity groups that we offer. Most of our meetings would normally take place during lunch at school, so it's quite literally a lunch club where students get lunch, they go into their club room and would eat and have their club meeting during that time, while there are some clubs that are after school. In our new hybrid model, we've kind of integrated our clubs into our virtual Mondays, and that's been working out pretty well for our students. With so many things that we offer, one question is always how much can I sign up for? But we like to encourage involvement, but obviously not over involvement, and that's something a student would talk about with their advisor when signing up for different clubs. So that's very general information. Before I kick it over to our student leaders to continue the session, I do want to open up the chat. So if you have any questions throughout the session, please feel free to type something into the chat. But one question that I do want to ask is, does your current school offer clubs? And if so, what is your favorite club? If they don't offer a club, what's a club that you think you'd be interested in joining? And with that said, I will kick things over to Brianna to continue our session.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Califano. So we're going to do this as kind of like a question format. I'll say the first question. So we're going to answer, how have clubs had a personal impact on my life at Marymount? So for me, the biggest club I'm in is student government. I'm the president of student government, so kind of outwardly the president of the school. And so that club has definitely helped to enhance my leadership skills, collaboration, talking with the administration. I meet with Dr. Califano all the time to talk about things going on in the school. So it's definitely just helped me to be more confident and be a better leader.
And for me, one of the clubs that's been most impactful is Marymount Youth Club. So I joined that club as a sophomore, and one of my friends who just graduated last year, she started the club herself. So she sort of showed me the ropes and she showed me how to become a leader. And since then, I've inherited the club, and it's been really cool to grow my leadership skills and prove to myself that I'm capable of doing what I thought I wasn't capable of before.
And for me, I would say a really important club is mock trial. And, I've learned skills from there, how to, construct solid, questions for a direct examination, how to public speak with confidence. So all those skills are helpful in the classroom as well. So, a lot of skills in clubs are super, useful all around.
Yeah, definitely. And then another question that we're going to answer is, what is a valuable experience that a club has given you outside of Marymount? So for me, another one of the clubs that I'm part of is Student Technology Leadership Team. And we run a summit every year where we invite STEM professionals to the school to come and speak to the students about their fields. So that club has definitely helped me with outreach and networking, talking to different professionals, my emailing skills. So that part of Marymount has definitely helped me reach out to people and grow the network that I'm a part of.
And I personally had two very impactful experiences for me outside of the classroom and outside of the club environment. So the first one, like Isabella said, I'm also part of mock trial team. So we got to go down to the Manhattan Criminal Courthouse to argue our case last year. And it sort of reminded me of all the training we put into it and like practicing with lawyers after school, all the extra effort I put in. It all sort of like came back to me, and it was really cool to sit up on the witness stand and talk to my lawyer. And then another experience for me was in Business and Finance Club. So last year we partnered with UBS, and we did a virtual stock challenge. So I grew my friend and I grew our $100,000 into I think $150,000 and $120,000. And afterwards they had like a financial ceremony at the UBS offices, which was really cool.
Yeah, and similarly to actually what Brianna was saying, I'm co-president of WOW, which is Marymount Feminist Club, and we hold a summit, and we invite, speakers who come to talk about, various topics relating to feminism, whether it be, freedom of religion in the Middle East and how women, relate to that. And so I think a lot of the skills that Brianna talked about really apply for WOW as well.
Yeah, and like those are probably our most serious clubs. We have so many more like fun clubs. I know Clea and I are both part of Gaelic Society. We go there, we eat Irish candy, we talk about Niall Horan. It's just like, it's one of my favorite clubs.
Yeah, for me, I'm an Irish dancer. These are my dance trophies that I got throughout the years. But I'm an Irish dancer, and so I've sort of been able to bring my interest into that club, which has been really cool. So I gave a presentation about Irish dance last year. We did an Irish name spelling bee, which was really fun as well.
So if you guys have any questions, you can just pop them into the chat. You can tell us about some of the clubs that you do, any clubs you'd be interested in. We can tell you about the ones that we have that might fit what you are interested in. So the chat is open.
We still have about 2 minutes left, so you can feel free to unmute yourself too and ask a question if you have any questions. So I see a question here in the chat. Someone want to answer that?
Yeah, I can take it. So last year, we, not me, but one of my friends started the chemistry and cooking club. So they bake a bunch of things and they cook a bunch of things and then they study the science behind it. So it's a little bit of a collab between cooking and science. It's so much fun. I'm not in it, but I did go to a couple meetings. I have a conflict, and they made popcorn and they studied like the different temperatures that it pops at and when they burn and when they don't. So that's our cooking club. It's really fun. Science clubs, again, like obviously chemistry and cooking ties into that. I don't know.
We had Science Olympiad, which is now kind of shifted this year to be Experimental Science Club. We also have Robotics Club, a few things that kind of then mesh into technology. There's a Student Tech Leadership Club. There is a Photography Club that is somewhat new. I see questions coming in here. Question about the Women's Rights Club. I think our closest thing would be the WOW, the Women of the World Club. So again, being mindful of time here, very good questions. We hope you got some good information. Again, lots of things that we offer. They can all be accessed on our website. But it is 6:38 and I'm mindful that you have many other things to get to. So thank you so much for joining us in the club session, and we hope you have a great evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good